Lakers Nation, what is going on? So in today's video we got a very interesting Lakers trade proposal that would bring a familiar face back to Los Angeles, and this time it would be Julius Randle. According to Heavy.com, the Lakers could potentially look at a three-team trade involving the Brooklyn Nets and Los Angeles Clippers that would send Randle back to the Lakers while also addressing one of the biggest questions on this roster. Who is going to start at power forward? The Lakers have been connected to Jonathan Kuminga for quite some time, but that situation does not appear to be moving very quickly. The Lakers reportedly offered Kuminga a 2-year $20 million contract, but he is looking for significantly more money. And honestly, this is where I think the Randle idea gets really interesting. Because instead of paying a young player a huge contract and hoping everything works out, the Lakers could potentially bring back someone who already knows what it takes to play in Los Angeles. The proposed trade would have the Lakers receiving Julius Randle, Cam Christie, and a 2033 second-round pick. The Nets would receive Jared Vanderbilt, Jaden Hardy, and a 2031 second-round pick. And the Clippers would receive Jake LaRavia and Dalton Knecht. Now obviously this is a proposed trade and not a reported deal that is currently happening. But if the Lakers front office actually had this opportunity, one think it would be worth taking very seriously. Julius Randle is not the same player he was when he originally played for the Lakers. He has developed into a 3-time All-Star and a 2-time All-NBA player. Last season he averaged 21.1 points, 6.7 rebounds and 5 assists per game while shooting 48% from the field. That is real production. And for this Lakers roster that could be extremely important. The biggest thing I like about this idea is that Randle would immediately fill the starting power forward position. You would not have to throw a young player into a massive role and hope he figures everything out. You already know what Randle can give you. He can score. He can rebound. He can create offense. And he can take pressure off Luka Doncic. That last part is extremely important to me. Because when you have Luka running your offense, you need players around him who can create something when the defense completely takes away his first option. Randle can get the ball and create his own shot. He can attack the basket. He can operate in the mid-range. And he can make plays for other guys. So imagine Luka controlling the offense while Randle is your third scoring option. That could give the Lakers another player who can actually punish defenses when they focus too heavily on Luka. And I also think the familiarity factor matters. Randle already played for the Lakers earlier in his career. He understands the pressure that comes with playing in Los Angeles. He understands the expectations. And unlike a player who has never experienced that environment, he already knows what the Lakers are about. Now there is one major part of this trade that I would have a hard time getting comfortable with. The Lakers would be giving up Dalton Knecht. And I really like what Knecht could become. He is still young and has shown flashes of being a valuable shooter and rotation player. So if the Lakers move him in this deal, they better believe Randle gives them a much better chance to win right now. I also understand why the Nets could consider this. Brooklyn is rebuilding and Randle has more than $60 million remaining on his contract. Taking back Vanderbilt and Hardy while gaining financial flexibility could give the Nets another path toward creating cap space. The Clippers would also be adding 2 young rotation pieces in LaRavia and Knecht. So from a roster construction standpoint, this trade actually has logic for all 3 teams. But now we have to talk about Randle compared to Kuminga. This is where I think Lakers fans are going to be split. Kuminga is younger. He has athleticism. He has defensive potential. And there is still a chance he could develop into a much bigger star. But Randle is proven. You know what you are getting. You know he can produce points. You know he can rebound. And you know he has experience playing major minutes in the postseason. That matters when your goal is to compete for a championship right now. Personally, I would not automatically choose Randle over Kuminga in every situation. But if the price for Kuminga gets too high, I think the Lakers absolutely need to consider other options. You cannot overpay simply because you need a starting power forward. And that is why this Randle proposal makes sense to me. If the Lakers can get Randle without destroying the rest of their roster, then I think this becomes a very interesting move. The biggest question for me is whether Randle can fit next to Luka and Walker Kessler without creating spacing problems. That is something the Lakers would have to seriously evaluate. Because Randle is not known as a high-level three-point shooter. And when Luka has the ball, you want as much shooting around him as possible. But at the same time, you cannot build a roster where everybody is only a shooter. You also need players who can attack the defense and create offense. And Randle gives you that. So when I look at the entire situation, I think this is one of those trades that makes a lot more sense the more you actually break it down. It is not flashy just for the sake of being flashy. It addresses the power forward position. It gives Luka another offensive weapon. It gives the Lakers a proven veteran. And it potentially moves off a contract in Jared Vanderbilt that has not provided enough production. I would still want the Lakers to explore every option before making this move. But if the Kuminga situation continues dragging on and his asking price gets too high, I would absolutely call Brooklyn and ask about Julius Randle. Because bringing Randle back to Los Angeles could give the Lakers something they desperately need. Another proven scorer who can handle a major role when the pressure gets turned all the way up. And if the Lakers believe he can be that third option behind Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, then this reunion could be a lot more interesting than people realize. That is my take on this proposed three-team trade from Heavy.com. Let me know what you think about Julius Randle potentially coming back to the Lakers. I would love to know if you would make this trade or keep trying to land Jonathan Kuminga. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more Lakers news and trade rumors.